Let's go here. And we have collections. Under labels, you can find collections topic. C, alphabetical order, C, right? Collections. You can see here. Just click on this. And enter this, we have a collections. This one. Yeah. This is also collections. But we got a different. Okay, this one. So you have to come to different topics. Here is the collections. Main thing. So what are the collections? And so why do you need collections? And collection is a dynamic data structure. Arrays are static data structures. So collection is basically a ready-made framework. It's a ready-made architecture, and which stores and manipulate a group of objects. Basically, storing, mainly collections purpose is storing the objects, not so primitive data, but basically objects will be stored. So objects will be stored in the collection. And so these objects, right? These objects, later you can modify how you want. You can refine how you want your objects. So maybe you can search the objects, you can sort them, you can insert a new objects, you can manipulate how you want, and you can delete the objects. So all these operations you can perform once you have the collection. But first you should have the collection. You store the elements in the collection. So Java collection is nothing but a single unit of objects, just a single unit of objects. So collection framework provides many interfaces. So all of them, right? So many interfaces will be there. So these interfaces are all available in java.util package. So where you can find them? So java.util package. So you can find them. So all the classes, interfaces, you can find them in the java.util package. And so these are the interfaces you can see in the yellow color. Whatever in the yellow color you are seeing, those are the interfaces. The topmost interface is iterable. Then you have collection interface. And again, collection is subdivided into list, set, queue, dequeue. So these are the sub interfaces of collection interface. So again, each interface, as I mentioned, interface has only abstract methods. So that you need to implement, right? You need to implement some other classes. So which classes these are implemented? Now see, list extends to collection. Collection extends to iterable. Now that means when you're implementing the list, you have to implement the list methods, collection methods, iterable methods. All three interface methods you have to implement wherever you are implementing. See now where the list is implemented is in the array list, linked list, vector classes. So these are the places you are implementing them. So you're implementing the list in the array list class, linked list class, vector, and stack. So these are the classes the list interface is implemented. And set interface is implemented in the hash set class, linked hash set, and tree set classes. Tree set classes. And queue is implemented in the priority queue, and DQ is implemented in the array DQ class, and array DQ and also linked list class. These two classes implementing the DQ interface. So these are all the different hierarchy of collection classes and interfaces. Okay, so let's understand what methods are there in the collection interface. So what are the different methods are there? What is the purpose of those methods? And let's go and dig into one by one each of those methods. So first one is add method. The add method is, so it's a, okay, so add method is used to insert an element into the collection. So what is the purpose? You can insert the elements into the collection. That's the purpose of add method. So how to use this add method? Collection object dot add and object. See, I already told only it accepts objects, not the primitive data type. So it will accept only objects. So that's why wrapper class, if you want to specify primitive data, you have to use a wrapper classes as an object. So that is this public boolean, so add method. And there is a add all method, collection C. Can you observe here the add all means another collection you are joining with the current collection. So another collection you are joining with a current collection. That's a add all method. So how to join? So add all method is used to insert the specified collection elements in the invoking collection. So collection name, so add all collection C. Public boolean remove. So remove method will delete an element from the collection. So collection name remove, so object element. So public boolean remove all collection C. So it is going to remove the specified collection of elements from the collection. See, collection. So collection means a group of objects will be there, right? From that, you're telling, okay, remove all these collection of elements from this. So then it will remove all of them. Specified elements, basically it is removing. So size method. So size method. So basically it finds the number of elements in the collection. So how many elements are there? So those elements will be find out. This is a very important return type method. So returns the integer value int count equal to collection name dot size, because you are not specifying the size in the collections. You don't need to specify, but in the array you have to specify the size. Here you are specifying the size. So that's why return type methods, the return type of this method is integer count equal to collection name dot size. It will give you the number of elements it will store here in this variable. Clear method. So clear method removes the total number of elements in the collection. How many elements are there in the collection? Those elements will be removed from the collection. So public boolean contains object element. Basically, it is going to search this element in the collection. So this returns a Boolean value. So Boolean B equal to collection name dot contains object element. Object element. So public iterator returns an iterator, and iterator, so the return type, the method return type is iterator interface. Interface, that variable equal to collection name dot iterator. Okay. So public Boolean contains object element. Basically, it is going to search this element in this collection. If it is available, returns true. If it is not available, returns false. So public iterator, and this iterator basically iterate the collection in forward direction, one by one element. So like you will use for loop, right? For loop or for each loop to iterate the array. Here, to iterate the collection in forward direction, you will use a iterator method. So what this iterator method will do, it will go to first element of the collection. So that element will return and store here. Then you will use a while loop to check that if this it variable has an element or not. If it is as element, there is a next method is there. In this iterator interface, there are some methods. Those methods you can use to iterate and get the value. So that I'll show you, but this syntax you need to remember. So basically all the return type methods. So if you understand the return type method structure, and it's easy because I already told in the methods. See, this method return type is iterator interface. So that data type, this method data type is iterator, the variable. Then how you can call this method? Collection object, collection name dot iterator method. So these are all return type methods. Some are void methods are there, some of them return type methods are there. Then toArray, so converts the collection into array format. So object array name equal to collection name dot toArray. IsEmpty method. So IsEmpty method checks the collection is empty or not. Checks if the collection is empty or not. So, and equals method. So equals method, it just compares the two objects and return a Boolean value. So retain all, last method, retain all, whatever the elements you specified, those elements will retain, remaining elements will be removed from the collection. That's the retain all method. It is used to delete all the elements of the invoking collection except the specified collection. These specified elements will be available, remaining elements will be deleted. So that's all the collection interface method.